What's going on? This is your boy B the Upgrade. So I'm here doing a review on this video made by Chantelle Simon. She's a great, don't mind the hands, I was just washing and cleaning. She is a great influencer who was talking about helping women to become better and understanding how to deal with modern day times and dealing with modern day men and modern day women. So she's really cool on that platform. You'll see more on her too as well. And so she showed this video. In this video, this woman said, actually I didn't even watch the whole video to be honest with you. So let's kind of get into it now. Before I do that, make sure you like, you share, you comment. I will respond to all feedback. This is me starting out fresh and brand new. So as I continue to build and grow, you see how it gets better as well. But without further ado, well, if the shoe don't fit, don't wear it. Say that.
We're showing up for ignorance as black women when we get on social media and talk about, oh, a man should see my value without me opening my mouth. How, sis? How? Hey YouTube, I'm Chantelle and I use my channel to speak with women who genuinely want to be better at dating and relationships by understanding certain talking points and topics from men's perspective. In this video, we're going to review a TikTok clip. Now,
I give much respect for women like this only because they're giving it from a man's perspective, which means that they listened to men, they spoke to men, and they seen what men are talking about, as well as looking at herself, seeing how other women are acting or behaving, and then saying, you know what, yeah, it's time for a change. If these women really want to see how men of these days want to be treated or even want a woman, well, you got to know what he wants. And it's not what you think that he wants, it's what he wants. And I know that she's probably going on and listening to a couple of men on different platforms and talking to a bunch of men and understanding what they're saying, and then have retrospect within herself to sit there and say, you know what, yeah, this might be right. Let me now go speak on this because I can see the truth behind it.
If you guys haven't already, please go ahead and hit that like button. And don't forget to hit the subscribe button to help me grow my channel. Let's watch the video. Let's watch the clip.
I've never had a wealthy, fine man ask me what the fuck I bring to the table. I've never had that. Never. Because you know why? Because one, they brought the table and they brought the cutlery and they brought the meal and they brought the wine, and I showed up and I looked pretty and I was funny.
So let's just stop right there. Again, sorry for the ashy hands. Again, I've been cleaning. Yes? What happened? Yes?
What do you do?
So, let's say she does have these men, okay? Let's say she's not lying. Let's say she does have these high-value men going to take her out. But because the man already has his money and he's already influenced and he has the money to go out anywhere, that's common sense that you would already be there and everything is already there for you because he already paid for it. So just because you came and you look pretty doesn't mean that that's a value of anything. Number one, many people are born pretty. Then some people have to go and maneuver and do some things like put in some weave or put on some makeup or put on some eyelashes, some things that she probably had to go do in order to even be presentable on this video. So in doing that, yeah, of course that man's already gonna have, that's like, imagine you going out on a date and there's no table, you just sitting there and they're like, yeah, so what are we gonna have for dinner? I don't know, because I don't know where we're gonna put it. So of course the man's gonna come in, if he invites you to a restaurant, there's gonna be a table, and within that table there's gonna be cutlery and all that other stuff because yeah, he paid for it, but your smile and stuff is not the value. To be honest with you, you might even be trying to pay for some pussy right now. But it's not gonna be on some, he's gonna sit there and value you to the point where you're sitting there and gonna be his wife. If that was the case, then you would be his wife right now, you wouldn't be making this video, but I'm just saying.
Because they already saw my value before I even opened my fucking mouth. Like,
I mean, honestly, at this point, I'm convinced that these women are just talking to talk because there's absolutely no logic behind that statement. The table is the relationship. We have two parties coming to the relationship. One is expected to bring everything, bring the wine, bring the food, bring everything. And another party is expected to show up and tell some jokes. Let us think of.
So let's go back to that. So you have one party who's supposed to bring all the material things, all the abundance of the material, whether it's the house, whether it's the car, whether it's the clothes, whether it's the food. And another person is just supposed to come and ha, key, and you think it's okay. No. It don't work that way. In a relationship, when two people come together, there's something that one person does, something that another person does, they come together. So that woman is his helpmate. You're not his stand-up comedian helper. You don't help him whenever he needs to laugh or he needs some type of support. It don't work that way. It actually works when this man is actually sitting there doing the best that he can to provide for you, and in return, all you got to do is laugh and joke, and you think that that's going to sit there and provide or be something sustainable for this man to stay with you? Even pum like that ain't.
Does that even make sense? Does that make logical sense? And then she attempts to shame men who ask, what am I getting? How am I going to benefit from this relationship? What are you bringing to the table? Because
so now when this man sits there and asks you, what do you bring to the table, and you want to go ridicule him, well, number one, the man's a table. You're not a table. There's nothing that he's getting from you. You're getting everything from him. There's 4 pillars of foundation or 5 or whatever on that table. Are you providing any of that stuff for him? So how can you bring the table when you have you're not bringing any stability, any support, none of that stuff that you're bringing? So where are you then in turn the table? All right, and then a lot of people sat there and questioned, and they heard from Kevin Samuel sit there and say that women can be the table because of their beauty. Your beauty, I'm not even going to say it's subjective, because to the eye of the beholder, it doesn't even work that way. But even the most beautiful women are not going to sit there and gain and get everything. And if they do, those are going to be for men who sit there and who can't sit there and get women who just do for themselves. So they're either going to get women who they can pay for things for. Pay for all this stuff for you to be here and act this way. Because the real man, he don't have to necessarily sit there and spoil you with all the money. He wants to because he cares for you, so he's going to do it because he cares. Different from a female asking, or a female expecting, or a female sitting there just wanting it just because she's a woman, and not realizing that your femininity and your essence and your presence and who you are and your character is what comes to the table. And obviously, that's the reason why you're sitting there talking on this podcast like this, and probably the dates either ended or they ended with sex and that was it. Just saying.
It's said that she never had a well-defined man ask her what he brings to the table. So therefore, if a man is asking a woman what he brings to the table, he must not be well-defined. So these men with their resources.
So that's another thing when it comes to these men. Now, mind you, if you know numbers are real, numbers are true. About 84% of black men make about $42,000 a year. All right. Then you have the smaller range of men, about a good maybe 15 to 20% make anywhere from 75 and up. And then you have the smaller number, which makes 100 grand and up. So you have to figure out, okay, if 85% of men are making $40,000, that doesn't mean that they don't have to be poor either. They can sit there and manage their money, but then again, $40,000 ain't gonna get you nowhere these days. So, and not realizing that 84% of black men make this money, then you must be going for other men other places. But ain't men really running out there running for black women like that? If they were, y'all would have been taken by the drones, and we would have been outside over here crying and shit, talking about, damn man, I can't believe all these men took our woman. But it's not the case. You might have a few here and there, might have sprinkles here and there, but that's not the majority. All right?
Men who are at the top percentage should just settle for anything because she can tell some jokes and she know how to paint her face. Like, come on, sis. I'm encouraging us to start thinking things through logically. All right, we live in a day and age.
Forget even just, okay, let's go with the paint the face. Let's go with the just laugh. It's also your weight, ma. It's also your weight. I'm not talking about every man. I'm not even talking about every female. But your weight also plays a role. It states that you're unhealthy. I'm not talking about just the fact that you're big or you're fat, but the sad reality is we're in a society where we are condoning people to be big and saying, oh, well, it's okay, and oh, you're shaming me because I'm big. No, we're telling you that you're unhealthy. And as you get older, other things and underlining diagnoses come out due to overweight. And yes, there are people who are small and who are skinny and who still develop disease, but who's more prone to develop it faster, or who can develop it faster based on environmental factors as well as physical factors? That would be including yourself. And if you don't want the proof, go to the gyms right now, go online right now, go see TLC and all these other programs where people is literally sitting there losing the weight, and definitely more women than men are, because they're seeing that, hey, men do care about weight. Are there some men out there who like some big women? Yes, I ain't gonna lie, I like some big women too, don't get twisted. Now, what does big mean? Thick, big, there are different stories to that, you understand? But I ain't sitting there, like, niggas ain't sitting there really they ain't sitting there wifing them. Unless he's big himself, different story. But if not, you're not really seeing it like that. Look at the majority of the world, not your just circumstance. If the shoe don't fit, don't wear it. Not you and your friends. Look at how the world is. Look at what you see on TV. You could fight it all you want to, but this is the real world. And there's nothing you can do about it.
There's someone at the bottom of the SMV list can demand a man at the top of that list. And then if that man asks, okay, what am I going to get in return? What are you bringing to the table? He can be shamed for that question. That's what we're living in. That's the time we're living in. And then we're wondering why these men aren't lining up to marry us. We're wondering why these men are choosing to go their own way, or choosing to get a passport. This delusional.
So mind you, she said plenty of things. Number one, choose to not deal with you, which means choose to deal with other types of women. Alright, Spanish, Asian, white, not really white though, but white, Asian, Spanish, Indian, those things. Number two, you have some men who, just like women, when they're tired of women, they go and they either become bisexual or they become straight out homosexual. They tired of your shit. I ain't tired like that. But they tired of your shit. Feel me? So things like that happen. And then number three, getting a passport, which means finding women in other places, in other countries. Definitely in Africa, who are just more mellow tone. Girls, what is wrong with y'all? Y'all okay?
Mindset that we have. At this point, I think we just get on TikTok, we just get on social media and just say anything that comes out of our mouth. We don't even think about what we're saying. Because she ended that video by saying a man should just be able to tell her value without her opening her mouth. Like how? When you go to a job interview, they can't just tell you your value. They see your resume and they still want you to open your mouth to tell them why you're.
So there you go. You see how she used a practical application? So let's say you go to a job. You think the job is going to see you based off of you not opening your mouth? They don't know all the school work you did. They don't know all the homework that you did. They don't know nothing about you. They don't know your background. So you have to go and speak and talk. Yeah, we gonna look and we're gonna see you and see you physically, but that's not your value. That's just gonna show us your sexual market value to sit there and say whether or not we gonna hit when and where. I mean, actually, females have that right to sit there and say when and where because they're the ones who are the gatekeepers of sex. But I'm just saying, like, if a man is gonna sit there and take you out, he's gonna see based off of what you say where it's gonna move next. Either you're gonna be a tool that he's gonna use, he's gonna sit there and take you seriously and see where it goes, or he's just gonna leave you alone altogether.
Most qualified for the position. So why in a relationship when a man is sacrificing his time and his resources, he shouldn't ask you what he's going to get in return? He shouldn't ask why are you qualified?
One of the man's greatest assets is his time. So when a man is giving you his time, which means he's spending time with you, whether that's in your house, whether that's in his house, whether that's going out on a date, whether that's just chilling in the car, yes, no? For what?
We're gonna make little book bags.
I don't have any bags, bro. You talking about the garbage bags? I don't have enough. Okay? Alright, go ahead.
Just gonna reach. Wait, can we use these bags?
Those are used already. Those have stuff in it.
Huh?
Those have stuff in it. My bad, y'all. Those are the girls. I'll try to get you a bag. Let me just finish this, okay? Yeah, those are the girls.
Please.
Okay, two, you're welcome. Those are my daughters right there, which I'm trying to teach them this stuff too as well. But yeah, so let me go on with this because I definitely lost my train of thought while they came downstairs.
To be his woman, like nonsense. We need to cut it off. We need to stop thinking like this. It's very juvenile. Because with her logic, a man should do everything. He should bring the wine. He should bring the meal. He should bring the whole table. And all she gotta do is know how to paint her face and tell a couple jokes.
Womp and the womp. No, but don't work that way. And just because you went to go get your hair did, that that meant something, and I was looking good, so I had to go pay for that. What do you think he had to go do? You think he ain't have to go get a shape up? You think he ain't have to go look fresh and get his car cleaned if he has a car and sitting there driving you? So come on, like, you're delusional. A lot of you are delusional. You just think it's because you look good that you're gonna get stuff. Those are them simps running to you talking, oh my God, because you look so good, let me give you all this stuff. It don't work that way. Because a lot of those women are the women who are dead ass retarded. Those are the ones who men after a while regret dealing with because he knew that he used her, but he wasn't thinking because he was dealing with a female who was up on the ladder. She knew what she was doing. You have a lot of these females who just scam. Listen to Mona Lisa by Lil Wayne. I'm telling you, it's a true story. I dealt with Mona Lisa's as well. But I was Lil Wayne in the story. Maybe during the divorce, maybe I was what's it called, but I'm just saying. But back to what I was saying. Yeah, so just because you coming in here painted up with a face, thinking everything is cute, it don't work that way, it don't rock that way. No.
Knock it off. Knock it off. It's at the point where it's not even funny anymore. I know a lot of these women are doing those videos for clout. They're doing those videos for attention because they know the echo chamber is going to say like, yes, this, a man shouldn't ask you to bring to the table. Yes, this, you are the prize, you are gold. But it's at the point where it's like, it's not even cute anymore. We're so.
You see, I don't listen to the echo chambers. I listen to women like this. Okay, the ones who are not in the echo chambers, the ones who are out the echo chambers, the ones who are sitting there saying, you know what, yeah, we need to build cannibal. You know what, man, you know what, they be saying they on some fuck shit, but we on some fuck shit too. We on some fuck shit too. That's accountability. That's how I fuck with Chantelle.
Or ignorance as black women, as modern women, because it's not only the black race, but we focus on the black community over here because we want to see more two-parent households in the black community. So we're showing up our ignorance as black.
And by the way, the black community has raised the two-parent household. I think it's like 70%. I think it was either last year. Yeah, it was last year because obviously this year's too new. But it was definitely last year. So we definitely doing and going in the right strides, in the right paths, in the right directions by having these conversations. And those who are doing those things are listening to these conversations. Those who are not are the ones who are still bitter and angry or upset, or who haven't lived these lives, have a perfect life themselves, and then want to sit there and ridicule others going on what they're going on through. Just saying.
Woman, when we get on social media and talk about, oh, a man should see my value without me opening my mouth. How, sis? How? It's your girl, Chantelle. If you haven't already, please go ahead and hit that like button. And don't forget to hit that subscribe button.
So there we go. So if you don't know Chantelle, go to Chantelle's page, subscribe, link, do the same for me. As I'm building mine, the upgrade, as I begin to sit there and post more videos, just please put your feedback. I will literally comment on all the feedback. Please share, please like, please also go get that book, Be the Upgrade, on Amazon and Kindle right now. All right.